It was Wishbone Ash, who were a popular band in the 70s and 80s in England and Europe. And, as I said, I was thrown into it. Right. And getting a kick drum sound for 20 minutes wasn't going to work, because was the whole length of our sound check. And so that was kind of shocking, but there was something about that moment and the adrenaline and just building a mix from nothing, and using all the skills I'd learned in the studio, just dialing up some mic gains. I had to very quickly implement just to make that gig work, and it was so thrilling, and it was just what I needed. It was just the thrill of that, and then of course the girls and the beer and the the partying afterwards. When you're 20 years old is fantastic. Well, from there, I put the feelers out. Because you meet people. And I put the feelers out, I'm looking for work, I was a freelance sound guy, And Wishbone Ash kept me a bit busy, and then I met Lars Brogard, who is Rod Stewart's sound engineer and has been forever. And he had just set up Electrotech in London. And so I went and worked in his shop there for him for a little bit, and then he took me out on a Rod Stewart tour as 12th man on a PA crew. And I learnt the ropes of, large-scale touring from there. And then it was just a case of, who I bumped into. I do other bands, and you just start getting a name for yourself. I seemed to be reliable. I seemed to be okay at what I did, and got on with people. So, the phone started to ring, and just keep ringing. It hasn't stopped, which is great. Well, I think, of course it's an upward path, but it's very much, this is a service industry, and it's who you know. And of course, if you're good, you'll do well, and it's obvious. There's some great sound engineers, and there's some great guys doing great stuff and doing really well. But, I like to think that I have some artistic sympathy and some musical awareness, and some musicianship, which is how you mix a band. Because, there might be 5, 6, 8 guys on stage playing, and then sound engineers play the band. So you've got to be musical. I mean, I don't think people can really teach you that. You either have that musical sense or you don't. And I see sound engineers who get a balance, and that's it. They get a balance, and it's left, and more often than not, they're looking at plugins and they're mixing with their eyes. And when I say mixing, they're not mixing. They're a balance engineer. I like to think I'm a mix engineer, and I mix the band because there's stuff, and I use my ears. There's stuff happening. There's dynamics. You got to get the best out of a band. Outdoors is a lot of fun. Outdoors is great, and especially when you've got a big sound system. Outdoors, it's you can really mix properly. It's like, wow, I can hear everything. My reverbs sound good. Indoors is just sometimes it's just chaos control because you're at the mercy of the room, and it's definitely harder work indoors than outdoors. But outdoors is a lot of fun.